Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long boys blues, 1975. A YouTuber's on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long boys blues, 1975.
This is Robinho Cucaracha, I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's 2022 ZX Spectrum Homebrew by Zosya Entertainment. If you've watched my channel and you've watched a bunch of the homebrew games I've done on the ZX Spectrum, basically Zosya have formed. They've done a bunch of really cool stuff that really pushes the ZX Spectrum, such as Angels, which I played really recently, and they got a whole bunch of really cool driving games. If you go into my search bar on the front page of my channel and type in ZX Spectrum Homebrew, basically anything that looks shiny and fantastic is by these guys. They also did Metal Man, and I believe you can buy a bunch of soundtracks for these games as well from their website. I will put a link to where you can get this game in the doohickey down below. This, for some reason, is, well, it says, on the website 128K, 48K, but it's using the beeper. It's good for the beeper, but I wonder why they did not use 128K AY, goodness, but I digress. So basically, according to the instructions, it's a game for the ZX Spectrum 48 128K. It's racing genre and it's vehicular combat. Desperate driver Robinho Cucaracha competes with a dozen principled rivals for the victory of the newly formed European Championship. So it's a driving game. It's very much done in a cartoon style. I have not played it, but I did come across a video of it which made me think, holy shit, there's homebrew on the ZX Spectrum that I have not played. So let's get into it. So basically it's a bunch of driving bunch of stages you drive across set around different parts of Europe, and each stage has a principal enemy who is your main rival. Basically they are a stereotype too. There's no other way to put it. It's kind of got that old school vibe of Migni Melia or whatever it is, those old school racing, hill climbing challenges across Europe and shit back in the day in old school 1930s, 40s cars. Anyway, let's get it. That was the worst descriptive term ever. I am aware of that. Let's get into it. So we are going to define the keys. 5, right. So, keys of champions: throttle, Q, brake, A, left, O, P, right, and turbo will be M. Other people will always say that it should be space, but quite frankly, they are just wrong. And press turbo to start. Did not know you had a turbo, but well, let's get into it. Level 1, Italy. Right, so position, bottom left, and gears, which is automatic, so that doesn't really matter, bottom right. Speed is in the center, and so we press turbo again. There we are. So lap, 1 of 2, top left-hand corner. So we got colour on the main sprite, and the main sprite is awesome. Sounds a bit quiet. Oh, oh, look at the clock beneath the lap, top left. I believe that's what it is. That's kind of cool. I don't know. I pressed M. I don't know why I'm not turboing. Noel. Oh, did you just throw shit at me, Noel? Right. We gotta get by him then. Yeah, speed is wicked. No, you don't. It's a fire extinguisher. Right, it's really nice graphics. It's no Chase HQ. It's not up there with their other sort of stuff. But it is nice. It's very fast. It's no slowdown. I can't get past the Noel, if you will. I presumably have to get by Noel in order to beat the race, qualify, I don't know, make it to the next stage. I'm pressing M. No, don't bunch up on me, you bastard. Why don't I have a turbo? Or do I have a turbo and I just can't see said turbo? It is impressive. Ooh! Did you see that? Shuffling the pack, if you will. Oh, this is more difficult than I thought it would be. I want to turbos. Why won't you let me turbos? Obviously, if you go out of the main road into the kind of dithery green effect, then you slow down. Hit an obstacle, you slow down. Get sprayed by Noel, you slow down. Are we learning yet? Finish. Shitballs. You lose. I want to redefine my keys because I'm under the conclusion that, or come to the conclusion I should say, Turbos isn't working. Okay, alright, no, don't let me do that then. The road's a bit cramped though, I will say that. The road's a bit cramped. So, thank God I haven't got up and down shift. God, they're a bit spry, aren't they, across the road? Yeah, so overtaking, particularly when Noel's got a fire extinguisher which then basically blocks a whole portion of the track, is a tad difficult. Alright, stay with him, stay with him. I'm going to ram him. Did that do anything? It certainly didn't do that much damage to me. So Noel's got a different gun. Well, to be honest, the first one wasn't a gun, was it? It was a fire extinguisher. Am I even supposed to ram him? I don't know. Shit. The road's too small to overtake. It's like driving down here. It's like driving where I live. Man, he's pissed off. Oh, I think that was the turbo. Yeah. Oh, no, hang on. Yeah. Is it go yellow? Is that Turbos? Come on, straight road. That's not Noel. My nemesis is Noel. Look, how am I supposed to get through here? Fucking pinball. Right, well, one of you goes in front of the other one. That will aid me. Right, I'm in front of the one on the left. Blocking him, if you will. Shies and balls. It's a bit fierce. Is that Noel? I'm on the next stage. Was it different? Did it reset so I got a different person to race against in that? I was so obsessed with looking for Noel, but it turned out I beat Ahmed. That would be why he had a different weapon. Oh, look at that. Beautiful sunset. Sunset. Looks just like the real thing. Right. I think that's turbo. I don't know why. I'm just expecting it to do something like Chase HQ, you know, not necessarily a wine. Enzo? Oh, you shitter. I guess we use the turbo. Is it the turbo, though? If anyone's played this, let me know where I'm going wrong. Oh, palm trees. Or they lights. The road is too cramped, and when they start throwing shit at you, mind you, to be fair, Zosya stuff is usually quite difficult. Yeah, you've got nowhere to run. Because if I dodge it by going behind, then I just ram him in the ass. Right. It's certainly not as good as their other games. I don't want to sound harsh, because I know it's a bit of fun and it's more cartoony. But it's a bit too unforgiving in that... Why am I racing against him again? Did you see that? I can't get by him. The road is too narrow. This ain't up to their usual high standard. I mean, it looks shiny and fantastic, but from a playing perspective, it's too frustrating. It's like... It's almost like then, that time, it's like, well, I fucked you over 3 times, 4th time, you can have that one, mate, you know. See? I thought I passed him. 2 lives left. This is brutal. Yeah. Travel Through Time, was that the racing game, the other one they did? It was like, it's Chase HQ good and deep. It's basically an RPG racing game. Oh yeah, so I do have a turbo. Definitely have a turbo. I know I keep saying that. Do I? Don't I? Not sure. Hold me, I'm scared. Oh. Got the keyboard on my lap. I'm cramping up like a bastard. Right. Who is it? I thought it said Kevin. It's not Kevin. Come on, turbo in. Why can't I get by him? Do I have to ram? I'm gonna ram you, you fucker. Is that him? Did he just pull out a katana? Come on. Oh, this is frustrating as tits. Get some of this in your life, you bastard. Was that him or me? I think I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that ramming, I don't know, the instructions on the website are very limited, but it appears, I mean, it did say combat, didn't it? Vehicular combat. So some sort of ramming or twatting the main bad guy. Hands, it seems to be in order. Hang on, I just overtook someone, right? So if I don't overtake Hands, does that mean all is for naught? No, wait. I'm confused. It's like the previous bloke I overtook, and then from the previous track, he's still on this track, and then you have to pass him and pass the... I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I haven't got a Scooby. But here's Spain. I mean, the graphics are nice. I just wish the road was a bit wider because it's so difficult to get by other cars. You know, particularly when they break out their weapon and then that, like I said, takes up a whole extra lane. Shit. Next to them. Right, Daisy. I don't know. Again, I'm confused about the turbo. I would have read up more on it and would have been a bit more in depth about this, but there wasn't anything else to read up on it. And usually when I find gameplays of these games, new ones, they just play it. There's no commentary. And I don't know about you, but I really don't see the point in gameplay without commentary. Not because they tell you what you got to do, but it's interesting. It's fun, you know, to see how people feel and feel their pain and frustrations, particularly mine in this game. Oh, see, look, where am I supposed to go? Oh, I mean, if you compare it to Spectrum games back in the day, this is certainly more impressive than a lot of the driving games out there. Like I said though, it's just too... Oh, was that skids coming off my wheels? It's just too fucking narrow. Right. Don't think we're going to catch Daisy. Oh. At least it gives you lives. That's interesting. It's not against the clock then as such. It's got... Is she throwing teacups at me? I don't even want to think about what the other cups are she's throwing at me. Well, and I'm guessing that all the tracks are this narrow because this seems to be the ending, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure, yeah, I lost. I'm not going to lie, I don't know how it decides who I have to pass, whom I've passed, and how I win. I'm obviously missing a trick here, I am very much aware of that. But like I said, at least it gives you lives. Turbos. Maybe I should feather the throttle off the start. I tell you what though, it's not uber I mean, it is frustrating when they hit you. See, Enzo, like that. But at least when you ram them, you know, it's not like a complete write-off of all your speed and shit. Get some of this in your life. I'm just holding turbo down all the time now. That's my game plan. Shit, can't overtake him. Road's too fucking small and I went on the outer road. You know, the outer road as opposed to the inner road. The bit of the road that slows me down. Is he blocking me now? I don't even think that's him. It's like when you lose them, they properly fuck off into the distance. Ooh, is that him? No. No! Oh, it's impressive. It is impressive. It's just frustrating. Like, it could have so easily been a bit more forgiving in the sense that just make the road bigger. And give me a turbo that fucking works. Oh. It's certainly not as impressive as their other efforts. But then, as I said, all their games... I mean, look at Angels. They're all brutally hard. And that was the last one I played. Metal Man I played ages ago. Metal Man is actually on the Vega. Chico, the original Vega, you know, the good Vega, the Vega that worked, the Vega that didn't rip everyone off. Fucker, that's cool. That I was knocking over the street signs. Ah, oh, well, there you go. Robinho Cucaracha, Zosya 2022 ZX Spectrum Homebrew. It's very impressive. It's just frustrating because of the, you know, the things I've mentioned prior, which is track too small. Oh, it just goes in a complete loop, does it? Track too small, not enough room to overtake. Your turbo seems to do whatever the fuck it wants to, whenever it wants to, i.e. not work. And I'm sure there are people who can piss for it, and maybe I've missed an obvious trick. Maybe you do ram them, maybe you don't ram them. But, yeah, it's just a bit too hard for its own good. Again, though, their games are known for their hardness. Awkward phrase, I'm aware of that. See, that's impressive. Like, look at the speed. But it's certainly not their most impressive driving game. Like I said, go to the search bar on the front of my YouTube channel and just type in ZX Spectrum Homebrew, and anything that comes up that looks the tits, it's basically them. Anyways, also, I'd love to know what you think, especially if you've played this. Am I really obviously missing a trick? If you have played it, what did you think? Am I not missing a trick and it's frustrating for all the reasons I mentioned? And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.